Okay, this is my first ever edited video, and there's like, I just have to work on it, but you'll see like, there's little things throughout the video that are just terrible. I just wanted to like warn you really quick. Enjoy. Hi, welcome back. I honestly cannot wait until I move to my new like house and stuff. I can't wait for that, but this is just gonna be a quick video where I just want people to see, please, the mistakes that are being made by these players and continue to be made, that like you just cannot put under Amarim at this moment. And the shit that pisses me off. So right here in this first little clip, you'll see right here part of why I just absolutely dislike Diogo Dalot, right? Look at how from right here he decides to, like, he gets the ball in a good position, right? So when we talk about where he's going to receive this ball, right, this is all about the tactics of the system, right? His positioning where he is, just that right there is the coaching. That right there is the formation and the system. This man, as you can see right here, boom, he gets the ball, and now look, he goes up the field, tries to make this pass to Cunha. Horrendous, right? That pass, it's unbelievable that he can't make that pass, like, really, because there's space there for him to be able to get that pass, like, to just hit that pass. So what happens from there, right, is that they win the ball. And now let's look at what Harry Maguire does right here. Look at this. Goes up, comes back, tries to play. He, like, center back in our half of play. Just look at where the other two center backs are and where Harry is. He goes back a little and then pushes forward. Why? You think that that's like a style of play or a system problem? That is so fundamentally, to the core, fundamentally wrong, that I don't understand how you can get mad at a manager for that, because it's not like Harry Maguire is an inexperienced player. He is not that. He is not a bad, like, really bad player. Not that either. But this play is just stupid. You start running back, and then you try to play offsides. You're the only center back in our half. You're like 5 to 8 yards into our half by the time that you decide to try to, like, step up. Why are you running that far into our half by yourself and then deciding to play the offside trap? That does not make any sense to me. As someone who's played center back in the past, and somebody who has coached, I've never in my life, and I don't see how a manager could get to the level that Amarim is at, with you telling your center backs to do some shit like this. You don't see that. Like, that's not that is not from the manager, bro. That is an error made by Harry Maguire in that instance right there. But you can bring it all the way back to that Dalot pass, right? Everybody knows that when you win the ball, right, upfield, and you start running towards the other team's, like, box, you cannot allow them to quickly counter. Like, your whole team is now starting to push towards their side of the field and to attack. So now your team is literally doing everything it can to move forward. You cannot lose the ball at that time, Dalot. You cannot play this horrendous pass, bro. You're like making Cunha almost stop completely his run just to be able to control that ball. It is not a difficult pass. You are not under a crazy amount of pressure, bro. You try to do this bullshit where you're not really looking at the player and try to do this pass, like, almost looking away type shit. Fuck off, bro. You're a horrendous footballer, bro. You are the worst footballer on our team. Like, you're one of the worst. Like, the lowest IQ. When you are just talking about an actual fucking footballer, you are not good. You are an above average athlete with fucking nothing to like, for me to hang my hat on the fucking football field, bro. You are just an athlete. And then you see here, we go into the second goal, bro. Maguire, man. A reason I can't blame the managers because today I really thought that Maguire had to play. I really figured that he had to. Why? Because they have a throw-in that 30 yards in, it's a fucking corner or a cross, bro. It is such a dangerous like weapon that they have, that throw-in. It's like 30 yards or in either side. Obviously, you have a fucking corner or like a cross. Like, it's dangerous, man. So you have to have him starting. You have to have a big guy back there. So I understand why he started, and he's not a horrendous like footballer, but bro, this is not a player that Amorim purchased himself, right? They're like thinking about giving him a contract because there's too many holes in our fucking team to just like throw away all of our players. But in the second goal, right here, this is just what I'm trying to like just show when it comes to players themselves, bro. As someone who played center back, when I look at this clip from right here until the cross, right here, he should be at least moving a little bit to the side. I'm gonna show the clip right now, but from the point right at this moment where the player is about to get the number 7 on the other team's about to receive the ball, Harry should be starting to like move to the right a little bit, like to shade in that way, right? That's how you say it here in the US, and in England you might have, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, for me, when you say like you shade towards the side, is you start to at least move a little bit to the side, bro, because you know that you might have to like cover or something. So from here, I'll show the clip. You can like, I just want to explain because I'm not great at editing it, so I'm just literally gonna only allow the clip to play. So it's hard for me to just like pause and all of this shit through the editing process because I haven't learned how to do that yet. I will get to that, but I'm gonna play the little bit of a clip that I have so you can just see what I mean. Is from the start of the clip, the ball goes to the left midfielder. You can see that the literally like is behind the player, right? Like the player has beaten or is behind the Lit and Dalot. At that point, as a center back, you should be shading to that side, because just look from the get-go and try to just look at multiple things. One, actually, you don't even have to look that far away. You don't even have to look to the right side of the play. Just look at literally like the middle of the play. Don't focus on the player, right? Just focus on the middle of this play that I'm gonna play. You'll see that Maguire does not start shading at all. You will see that he doesn't shade to the side of the player at all, bro. And then you can even see that both Dalot and the Lit are doing the correct recovery runs, which is to move, like make that diagonal run towards the center to mark the center. Okay, that's how you play defense. As a center back, you start shading to the side, start moving towards that side, and then when it's time for you to step and help, you do, because those other guys are gonna go back towards the goal. So as you'll see from the clip, they start doing that, and he just stays stagnant in his like in the middle of the fucking position. If he would have just been slightly moving towards that side, like if he was like starting to like make some side steps towards that side, at least once this fucking player takes the horrendous touch that he takes, he can get there and take the ball away from him, but he doesn't. He just stays like exactly where he was, and then the guy takes this touch. But now as you see the play continue, he starts to go towards the player when you're already late. At that point, that player is doing all he can to just cross the ball, to get to the ball and cross it. He's not going to be able to stop the ball and like keep the momentum without enough time for you to like at least like get close to him and block something. At that point, bro, start going towards the middle of the fucking goal to defend the cross. You don't have a chance of even getting close to blocking the cross, like getting there towards the defender to block it. At that point, just fucking defend the like that part of the of the field, man. Like, defend the cross at that point. You're not blocking it, defend it. Now go towards the middle and defend the fucking cross, bro. But it's just these low IQ plays, bro. Look, I'll play it. So you see, boom, goes out, he takes bad touch, and then look at what the fuck that is. Okay, at that point, right, like, what the fuck are we doing? How can you blame a manager for the low IQ play of these players, bro? The third goal is a fucking horrendous play by Kobbie Mainoo, the player that every single fucking fan has sat here and told me that he deserves playing time. That was a horrendous way to fucking lose the ball at the end of the game when we're trying to tie the game up. Like, bro, come on. Like, these are like mistakes by players. Bruno Fernandes should have scored the fucking PK, bro. We should have tied the game, had them start to freaking like get a little nervous because now the game is tied and they could lose, and maybe we win that fucking game. But like, the fucking blame on the manager is just horrendous. You guys need to do better. Fucking look at everything else, bro, before you just look at the manager. He is not a FIFA controller. I can understand that you guys fucking play FIFA and you can bring players from here and there and you can control them, physically fucking control them and make them do what you want them to do. As a manager, you don't, bro. Like, you can tell somebody to do something, but then if they do it or not, it's like, it's their choice still. Like, you could be fucking telling them to do shit and then they might be too fucking slow to do it, bro. Like, this is the shit that people don't understand. Dalot is extremely low IQ player, bro. He is not that smart. Maguire is physically good. Like, he has enough experience to be a good player, but he is not a high IQ player either, because a high IQ player knows that I am a fucking fridge, right? Like, people call him a fridge for a reason, bro, because his first step and his first 3 steps are not fast. He needs time to fucking get going. So that's what I'm talking about as a defender. As somebody who was not fast, I knew that I had to be fucking smart, that I knew I had to be like, okay, that guy beat my defenders. I gotta shade over here. I gotta move a little bit this way. And oh, he took that touch. Boom, I'm there. I'm there, bro. What the fuck is he doing in that play? And you guys blame the manager. Everything is about the fucking manager. But it's never about the players, bro. It's never. Why do we continue to just let these players fucking get away with this shit? Because a lot of these motherfuckers have been here for all of this bullshit we've been doing, bro. All of this stuff. There has to be a little bit of fucking, like, blame on them, bro. There has to be fucking blame on them. The fact that Amorim and this fucking, like our front office and shit, like the management team now is getting all this, like Amorim specifically, because the management team is not even getting shut on that much right now. It's all on Amorim, bro. Why, bro? He took over Manchester United. He wanted to be the Manchester United boss, not the manager of these fucking players, bro. He has to be given enough time to at least bring in players that he wants, because the players that he's brought in that he wants, I like, and they're playing pretty well for the most part. Cunha's still kind of like trying to finally get physically fit, like finally, right? But he just hasn't. That little injury like set him back a little bit. Like, just he needs to fully get fit. But like the players that are here, I'm super excited to watch. They're playing wow, like that he's brought in. So I can't put all this fucking blame on him, bro. You guys need to fucking like finally start to throw some blame on the players. Open your fucking brain and be able to look at just more than results and just the manager. Look at everything, bro. Point to the fucking players, bro, because they deserve some of this fucking, like, some of this. They deserve it, bro, because they're not playing. They're not fucking not making mistakes. And they're not the players that are making mistakes are not players that Amorim brought here himself. Like, Dalot is not a player that he brought in himself. Why did he have to play today? Because both Ahmad and fucking Mazraoui aren't there. Like, you have to have a fucking less narrow mind than just focusing on the fucking manager. Like, there has to be a little bit of like thinking of everything, just not the manager, bro. because that shit is getting fucking annoying, and you guys are a major problem. Because it's always the manager. It continues to be the manager since fucking Fergie left. It's never the players. It's never fucking the players, bro. It's always the manager. It's the manager, the manager, the manager. Never these fucking players, bro. These bums. And honestly, never the management group before the Ineos took over in December of 2024. Never. They brought in all of this bullshit. Not the Ineos and Amorim have very little to do with what this team is right now and what the club has brought in. They just have very fucking little to do with it so far. But the positive parts are because of them. So just give them some fucking time and stop feeding into this bullshit Amorim agenda. Like the players have to be accounted for, held accountable for, bro. This shit is getting out of fucking hand, man. I'll catch you guys next